You're live.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to SA and we're live. My name is Tepo Soteti. So today, what I would like us to establish with regards to today's live show is that dreams can make things great if you put in the work. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome Tepo Sitpole and Mzokhona Maxase. Hi, gentlemen.
Hi Tepo, how are you? Thanks for being on your platform today, and also to your guests and listeners.
Thank you so much for joining. On a Sunday, Nochal, I would offer you tea, coffee with a percentage, but unfortunately, with COVID, we are Zooming.
Yes.
Yeah. And Tepo joining us.
Yes, it seems like he's online. I'm not sure if he's gonna show his video.
All right, so no, it's okay. We understand technology and the internet, it's quite crazy this times around. So just with you, Mzokhona, as we can just go ahead. With regards to how everything started, as I read, two university students, you guys had an idea. Can you just take us through the journey, please?
Okay. Yes. Our journey started off in 2017.
Yeah.
When we were back in TUT, at the main campus in Pretoria West. Yeah. So that's where the whole business idea came about. And how it really came about was the question of what happens to your waste tires when they actually expire, or they actually reach the end of their lifespan. So we didn't find an adequate answer to that, so that which then led us as students to kind of like question more to see what really happens to these tires, and if potentially what eco-friendly way are they actually using to dispose of these tires, because the end consumer doesn't know what happens to these tires. So at Pretoria West, where we were situated back then as students, there was a waste tire recycling plant in our community. So we just ventured into that plant. They were very much open. They shared with us some of the processes that they were using there. It was an eco-friendly process. We didn't know back then. But after doing our research, then we came about finding that, okay, they had a problem of they had too much waste tire char at their plant, and they had no use for it. So then, which led us as students to say, what possible ventures can we possibly come up with to actually make use of this waste material as they categorized it back then.
Yeah, that's quite a journey there. With the name Cubic 38, what was the inspiration? That I find it very interesting. The name of your company. What was the inspiration behind it? What does it mean?
Okay, so cubic 38 is just a gas equation. So if you take 1 cubic meter of compressed natural gas, you get 38 kilojoules of energy. So that's where it all started from. Because we were students who were like, okay, let's come up with a name that could really represent what we're doing, which is going for the eco-friendly or the environmentally safe processes. So as we know, gas is the less impactful resources compared to your coals and your gases, like your petroleum, is your most economic heat or resource available to man currently.
Yeah. So when you guys started out, did you guys just have to probably research and find out is there a market for your brand in terms of your product rather, and in terms of is there another business that has the same offering? So did you guys like go through a full extension of what the product would do and who is your market and your competition as well?
Yes. So how we really came about this, we did things a bit on the reverse side. So we first developed the products, and then we looked at and we looked at which consumers would be more receptive to our products. So that's how we actually came about. So we knew we had a problem of waste tire char or waste tires. That was our main problem. And then our other solution was to say, what products can we develop from this that the general public as a whole can use to actually minimize waste tires in the environment? You see, so we then did a reverse to say, okay, now we've got a product. Now, which consumers can actually use this product on a daily basis? Then we found out, okay, everyone uses wears black shoes on a weekly or daily basis in South Africa.
Yeah.
Your general
Yeah.
workforce, your policemen, your nurse, your security guards, your office staff. So we said, okay, now these are our consumers. Now let's try to talk to each of these consumers to say, are they aware of what tires cause in the environment?
Yeah. No, that's I can see there's so much research that has went into that. We cannot also overlook your contribution to an eco-friendly environment. I did read with the Mail and Guardian, you guys were the 2020 winners for the sustainable design. How does that feel for you?
Tsepo, that was a huge achievement for us,
Yeah.
especially being recognized within the small space of eco-friendly products, especially in South Africa, but also knowing that this was not just a win for us or for our enterprise, but it was just a big win for the environment to say there are people out there who are noticing our efforts that we actually put into our communities and really to the sustainability from manufacturing to the end consumer. So there are people who actually see our efforts. So that was a big win, which then assisted us in just getting more motivation to say, let's continue with this journey. We are on the right track.
So was that something that you guys, did they come to you and say, okay, look, we are putting you as a nominee and the voting will take place? Or was it something that you guys applied for in terms of you put your name forward for the awards? How did it go about?
It's not something that we did apply for. I think it was just, as they explained it to us, it was just random nominations from multiple projects to say which youth are really spearheading the green within the green space. So then it was just a shock to us because they first told us that we were part of the finalists. At that point, it was a huge achievement for us. But then to be told that you're a winner again, that was just a great feeling for us and for the environment.
Yeah. So with that, in terms of your production, would we say you guys have found a solution or a way of ensuring that you can produce your product without harming the environment in terms of pollution, etc.? Can you safely say that's what you guys are doing?
Yes. We have done extensive research. As I mentioned now, we started our project in 2017, but it's only now that we've got a product that we can confidently say with the results, because we've worked with a couple of universities to actually assist us in the development of this product and also the research of the geopolymers that are actually used in waste tire production. So we worked with the likes of TUT, which really assisted us in getting access to mentorships and the correct people to actually assist us in understanding waste tire. And then we did our product development at the Nelson Mandela University, all the way in PE. So our results only came back 2020 around November. So now again we are being assisted by university and Karakua TUT again to assist us with the first batch of production. So we've really been surrounding ourselves with professionals who know what they're doing, and then they have assisted us in equipping us with the right tools to say we are very much confident of the products that we're actually producing.
Yeah, no, and confidence in your product, that means us as consumers, as your clients, if you guys have confidence, we are going to follow. We do see that the owners or the founders of this are very much confident in their product. The big question, I think, with everyone in businesses in South Africa is, what role did the government play, if any? Because I know with small businesses, those are the people that we look into in terms of starting up and trying to get a leg up. We need the government. So was there any role that they've played in your company?
Yes, on our side, We've got a bit of both negative and positive, but overall, we feel like it's been part of the journey. We've had the privilege of working with the Innovation Hub, which is a government entity based in Pretoria. They've assisted us with funding, they've assisted us with mentorship, they've assisted us with getting access to some of the resources that we couldn't have without without them on our side.
Yeah.
So then I would say yes, we've actually had quite a bit of a privilege to actually getting some assistance from government. Also, the Technical Innovation Agency, they've
Yeah.
also assisted us with funding. So yes, we've actually had quite a bit of assistance, but we're still looking for more because we feel like what we are doing is more aligned to the Department of Environmental Affairs, which we've
Okay. Yes.
tried, yes, which we've tried on many occasions to try get hold of, but we haven't. But we understand that it's part of the journey. At some stage, we're looking to bring them on board, but at this stage, we haven't actually been in contact with them. But going forward, it's some of the government agencies that we look to bring on board, but currently we aren't. We are working with others who are actually assisting us.
Just so our viewers can know what we're talking about, do you probably have the product there next to you, if by any chance? Or is
Yes,
it
yes, I
not?
can. Let me just.
Okay, we can excuse you for a second.
Okay, okay, I've got it here. With me. So
All
this is what
right.
the product looks like.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not sure if it's gonna get the clear.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Okay, I think we've got a technical. Mzokhona, can you still hear me? Live TV, folks. Technical problems. Please bear with us. Mzokhona? All right, let's hopefully the engineers can get him back in time. They work tirelessly all the time. So let's just give them a second. Okay, I think we lost him there.
Okay.
Mzokhona,
Yeah.
welcome back. Oh yeah, you were gone for a while there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this. Yes. Yeah.
So what was the inspiration behind the design itself in terms of what you guys went for with the look and the feel?
When it comes to the look and the feel, basically it's just this this is just our our company name, and then on the slogan we just said give nature a break. So we're all about assisting nature and say let's use the resources that we have available. Let's not look at things and say they aren't of value, because this could be some sort of income for someone else, especially for us, which most people just pass by on a daily occasion. And
Yeah.
then at the bottom here, it just says it shines, protects, and renews leather shoes without harming the environment. So whatever we do is very core to actually assisting the environment in any way, or through production, through the end user. So we're all about just protecting the environment through our products. Yeah.
And you know, when I read the article with Red Bull, and to be honest, when I read it, I was like, okay, this sounds like a Daily Sun article. I was like, well, how can you turn tires into polish? That idea on its own, that just takes some really imagery. Like, how is it possible that you found a way to make this work?
It wasn't easy, but when you just think of it, shoe polish is black and waist tires are black. So why not use that ingredient to create pigment for the shoe polish, which was our thinking at first. But then we understood that more had to be done to the to the byproducts of the waste tires to ensure that they're of good quality to be used in shoe polish. So currently, waste tires are recycled through a process of pyrolysis. So that's a bit of a chemical term. So it's pyrolysis. So the tires are put in a chamber, which then heats the tires internally, which does not release any gas. Yes, and then they're broken down into your oil, the steel within the tire, and then your biochar. So the oil can be upgraded into diesel, which is fine. The steel in the tire can be upgraded into or can be taken to a foundry or recycled as scrap metal. But the
Yeah,
problem was power, which was a big issue for the factories, which still is today. So we're just glad that we actually can come up with a solution that's this good to actually be used, because we know we've noticed that it's not just a South African issue, it's a
yeah,
worldwide issue where char is just lying out there and there's no really studies within the space. So we feel like us as Cubic 38, we are just in the forefront of really reusing this byproduct in its
yeah.
most um, um, resourceful way.
So with regard, with getting the ties, what's the process there? Do you guys go to places where people dispose them, or do you also have like probably a way where people can donate ties for yours for you guys to use? How does that process work?
Yeah, so currently all tires that are recycled are regulated by the Department of Environmental Affairs. So all
Yeah.
tires are taken to a specific depots around Gauteng, around South Africa. So it's only certified people that can actually collect the tires from
Oh,
depots and take them to those depots. So we only collect the tires, the byproducts from recycling plants.
yeah,
We currently collect from Germiston. There's a recycling plant there in Germiston, which has the same challenge as well, because they have their stock take of tires from these
yeah,
depots, which are controlled by the environmental affairs. Then they recycle them, and then they've got this huge challenge of char, which then we collect on a free basis since it's a waste material for them.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel
So we just follow under at the end of the chain where
oh, yes.
yes,
Mm.
we just complete the circular economy there.
No, it's amazing the work that you guys do, especially as I said with ties. I for one wouldn't have thought of a way to use ties as a kid. We just pushed them around and that was it. Um,
Yes.
for any young child out there or anyone actually who has a dream and sometimes you think about how am I going to make it work, should I even give it a thought, what's the motivation or what kind of words of wisdom can you share with people out there who have dreams as well but they're just scared of fulfilling them?
Um, it all starts with what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
I, for one, am not, I didn't study any science, but I really
Oh.
have a good understanding of any science terms and science processes at this moment. So it
Mm,
was something that I always loved doing. I was very creative. I was good with my hands, but I was always pushed to a sense, okay, let me do something in business because that's where I'm more passionate about.
yeah.
But then all these things kind of like linked up at the end of the day, because business is you have to be an all rounder if you want to be in business. You got to know a bit of accounting, you got to know a bit of science, you got to know a bit of
Mm,
production,
mm,
and this all just came out good for me to say that I can actually build a business that's of this caliber. So to any youngster out there, look around you. You don't really have to start visiting places, because what I've really noticed is that if you really look around you, you will find gaps in whichever space that you're in. Whether you
dude.
be in Tembisa, you be in the rural areas, there's always opportunities. And it's very important that we start fixing the areas and the communities that we live in. And that's where most ideas really come up, because if I've noticed, because most people just try and develop apps for everything, but there's really big issues in our environments,
Yeah.
access to water, incomes, jobs. So that's where we really need to focus, and it doesn't really need someone else externally to come fix our problems. We are the ones who can actually fix those problems with the assistance of other stakeholders, which we've been fortunate of, yeah, to have to actually bring on board.
Yeah, it's sometimes the fear of doing something that is not there. I think that's what just keeps us away from realizing our true potential. And I like what you and Tep have done. It's as I said, it's quite it's weird when you think about what tires can do, and then we have your likes that have made it something that's incredible at the same time also serving the environment. So with regards to developing yourselves as Cubic 38, is there other products that you guys have probably in the pipeline that you're trying to establish?
Yes, we do. Thanks for that question. Yes, we currently have our shoe polish. Our tire
Mm-hmm.
shine will also be coming up soon. But in maybe 12 months to come, we're also looking into developing your imprint inks. So currently inks are made from crude oil. So why not use a resource that's there already, which is waste tires, which I believe is a renewable resource. Because as long as there's going to be cars on the road, there's going to be tires. So,
Yeah, of course.
so yeah, so we're looking to gather our resources again and really start looking at your imprint inks and your paints in the long term. So the journey looks exciting for us.
It surely does. I like that you mentioned that cars will always be there. So you guys are in business for a lifetime. Well, up until somebody comes up with the crazy idea of traveling again, we'll never know. I like that. I like that. How can people get in touch with you in terms of ordering? So do you guys have a website where we can just click and order? How does it go?
Yeah, so currently we are going to be launching our website maybe end of March. But currently people can get us on Facebook and on an Instagram. They can just DM us for orders or for pricing. We've also got our numbers there. They can just get in contact with us. But yeah, yes, we're going to be just announcing new developments on how people can really just get hold of us. We're also looking to partner up with different stores, different shoe retailers to actually have our product in the wider community.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you have a number that you can share with us right now in terms of probably if somebody would like to jot it down? For those who don't have your internet in terms of
Yes,
Instagram, yeah.
Yes, I can actually share my personal number, which I also do to use to actually take orders from. So it's 072 55 79974.
Also, anyway, you guys,
55 79974. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, it is. And where are you guys located in terms of, do you have your offices?
Yes, we currently have a production plant in Karagua TUT campus. So that's where we're actually using most of the time. We're there and we actually have our production facility there. Although it's a pilot plant, but that's where we're actually able to get our production of our shoe polish out.
Yeah, and also please do give our thanks to Tepa. He was not able to join us. However, gentlemen, thank you for your shine, and you guys are contributing so much to our country. The economy depends on such incredible ideas. Also, you know, during lockdown, how was it, guys, for you in terms of business? How was it? Was it just tough for you as well, in terms of lockdown being such a factor in businesses closing?
Yes, it really played a big role. It wasn't the best of environments, but especially because we really relied on your B2C connections with consumers. So that was really, we weren't actually possible to actually go straight up to consumers, which then really forced us to kind of like have a new look at things. Now we're more focused on your B2B revenue streams, which is your business to business, but we're also saying, okay, let's really look to have maybe orders online, but it wasn't the easiest of environments. But yeah, we just have to play within the environment that we've been given and see and try to do our best, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah, and can just share your Instagram handle and your Facebook, so for those that can just search for you, can just share the name.
Yeah, so it's Cubic 38 on Facebook and also Cubic 38 also on Instagram. So it's CUBIC and then the number 38, the numerical 38. Also on Instagram, it's CUBIC and then it's a numerical 38.
All right then. Mzokhona, we will be keeping in touch. I hope to one day walk into a store and I'm able to see your shoe polish there and any other products that you guys will come up with. So thank you so much for sharing your Sunday with us here at Select SA. You are inspiration, not just to me and those watching, but to everybody else out there who dares to dream. So thank you so much, gentlemen.
No, thanks a lot, Tsepo and Wadile, and also this Select SA community for listening or actually giving us a chance, and also for reaching out to us. We're always open to talking. Also, we are very much open to any orders, and let's just raise awareness for waste tires and for the clean environment.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely Sunday. And to our viewers, keep following us on Select SA. Thank you so much for tuning in on a Sunday. It's been a blessed one. We have learned. Remember, folks, that dreams are only what you make of them. Therefore, put in the work. And as the saying goes, and I quote, open quotes, another man's waste is another man's treasure. We have learned that today with Cubic 38. Have a blessed Sunday, and God bless South Africa. Thank you, Lai. Bye, Mzokhona.
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.